Hi everyone, and welcome back to my latest video. So in this one I'm going to do a quick build video for the Infernal Master that came with Hexfire. Now this is going to be, it's going to be a bit of an experiment to see what I can get away with regards to sub-assemblies to make painting easier. And the reason I say that is because the cloak comes in 4 different parts. So we've got these 2 main pieces which come together like thus, and then we've got a piece with an arm which goes on there, and then once the cloak is in place we've got this little bit which goes on towards the front and comes over the right hand shoulder. That will make it extremely difficult for painting, getting in behind the model to paint the rear and the inside of the cloak. So what I'm kind of hoping is that I will be able to paint it or build it so that I can then put the cloak on afterwards, after I've painted it. But I want the cloak all in one piece so that when it's painted all the shading etc. is uniform, as it were, in one piece. So this is going to be quite difficult. So first thing I'm going to start off with is just the base. Now this base doesn't actually cover as much of the 40mm base like the one for Castell and Crow. So as you can see, there's plenty of space there left for you to just pop some sand on the base prior to priming and painting. Now the next step is to put the legs together and the cloak, which also has the back torso. So the legs go together, and they actually, because of the way that the pistol holster is moulded, they actually go together and pretty much stay together like that. So that makes gluing them much easier. And I like that the pistol holster, the way that they've separated it is that they've separated it using lines, for example like on the flap over the pistol, which makes hiding any seam lines etc. a lot easier. Now I'm going to do the head because it's got a couple of horns that just need to go on the top of the helmet like thus. So that's the head, pop that to one side. Now as I said, the back of the cloak should go on like thus, but I want to, I'm going to see if I can get away with putting the cloak on last. So I'm just sticking the front of the torso on. Like so. And then what I'm going to try and do is get this cloak sorted. So what I'm going to do is just pop some glue in there. And then run the glue down on the inside, and hopefully that will help. So as that stands, with that piece of the cloak on, it doesn't impact going onto the model. But as I've said, the bit on the front, which drapes over the shoulder, could present a small problem. But we'll have a look and see. Now, next part is D6, which is the right hand arm. As many of you will probably know from previous videos, I'm not a big fan of these smoke effects coming out of like hands and that. So what I've done is I've just clipped off the hand and found another right hand out of my bits box, which I'm going to stick on. And that is going to be that. Okay, so let's have a look and see. So that, I think, fits into the cloak like thus. So if I can pop that into the cloak, and pop, whoops, get that in there. And then pop on the piece that goes over. I think I may need to do just a small amount of filling on this. Damn. I'd also recommend not pressing too hard. Right, let's have a look and see how easy it's going to be to get that up into the inside. And it would be doable. So I'm going to do that. Right, so I'll need to pop some putty into that seam line to make it good, but hoping that the cloak will be okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this arm onto the cloak here, and all being well, that should be that. I can pop on the shoulder pauldron there. And essentially, I think that's about as far as I'm going to take it, really, because I need this to set so that I can then just pop some putty into the seam there and get it moulded in and filed down. And then obviously once this is set and the plastic has gone off, it will be easier to pop it in and out once done. But those will be the main sub-assemblies. The only last little bit is the Tzeentchian creature, which is swirling around the base. And you know what I'm going to say, I don't like the swirls, so I'm not actually going to glue that in place. What I am going to do is I'm going to try and just cut the rock there so that I can glue that in to place. And then when it comes to it, I probably will put these little, I don't know, Tzeentchian manta rays onto the base. But what I will probably do is use a small piece of wire to mount them. Now, these, if you're using the swirl effect, just on this, there's a little gap in here with a little nub on it, and on your creature there's a little indentation just there, and what happens is you click it in and it would be held up like so. So there we go. The backpack will obviously then be glued to the back once I've painted the cloak and got everything sorted out. So there you go. They are my main assemblies. I'm going to glue the front of the torso and legs to the base. Like so. That's the main thrust of it. Next to Castellan Crow, let's have a look. I think, to be honest, it looks to be about the same size. Castellan Crow is quite a bit bigger than a standard marine. If we take a Chaos Marine, you can see the difference there. One of the Dark Angels, you can see the difference there. Sorry. So yeah, difference there. As I said, with the Chaos Marine, the difference there. These are some Assault Marines. Okay, against one of the old metal Grey Knights miniatures. It's a huge difference, as can be seen. And obviously against the Infernal Master, again, a huge difference there. So there you go. Those are the assemblies. That's how it's going together. That's what I'm going to do with it. Hopefully you'll join me in the next video.